That's a question I like to respond to saying it's about two things. First, it's about people, and second, it's about a calling. When I say about people, what I mean is I'm a person who loves to be in relationship with people. I love people. I grew up in a family of 10, so we were always large and interacting, and our family always welcomed people. So I love people. I love relationships with people. And I like to be around for people. I like to be with them, to help them through difficulties, to help them in times of joy. And for me, the aspect that seems to be one of the fundamental aspect of being a Christian person. Because when Jesus was pushed to respond to the question of what is the greatest commandment, he said, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. So I look at my sense of being Christian. For me, being Christian is about being in relationship with people. So that is one of the great things that attracted me to becoming a Redemptorist, my relationship with people. The other aspect I said is a calling. As Christians, and particularly as a Catholic Christian, we are given three options of living our lives in response to the calling that Jesus gives us in baptism. So we can either be, we can choose to become a religious, to live a consecrated life, taking vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, or we could be, for males, a priest, and also the other one is single life. I chose Redemptorist life because I grew up in a parish that was ministered to by Redemptorists, and there were many Redemptorists who gave a really good witness of what it is to live the life of a Redemptorist. And I felt this is a way that I could also respond and really participate fully, commit myself fully to those relationships with people as I spoke about previously. So this for me is really the essence of my calling. What led me to become a Redemptorist is really my desire to be in good relationship with people, and also a desire to respond to the call that Jesus has given us in baptism. How do I see myself participating in the Redemptorist mission? Well, before becoming a full-time Redemptorist, one has to go through a period of training. We refer to this training as formation. And in formation, we look at the training of the entire person. So there is academic formation that takes place, which everybody expects. But the academic formation is not all that there is to preparation to become a Redemptorist. We look at preparing a person, because as a Redemptorist, as someone going into ministry, it is not only what you know, but who you are as a person and how you can interact with people and how you can bring the message across. So the formation process is concerned with academic training, it is concerned with human training, it is concerned with training in spirituality, how to live together with people in community, and also about how to work, how to give a good day's work, because this is what we are called to do, we are called to work. So during the period of my formation, looking at all of these aspects of the person, I felt that I wanted to get involved and to learn more about the human person. So I decided to do courses. Well, I got trained in clinical psychology. And since I have been in full-time Redemptorist ministry, I have worked with people in families, I have worked with individuals in counseling, I have worked with young people, done a lot of youth ministry. Then I also worked a lot with young men who desirous of becoming Redemptorists. For 7 years, I worked in the formation program of forming men to become Redemptorists, really focusing on the individual and trying my best to see that those whom we prepare to go out into ministry really know themselves and know how to be in good relationship with people so as to be really good witnesses of the gospel. More than preaching, it is also living a good life which is consistent with the message that you bring. So I see myself participating in the Redemptorist mission, particularly in that way, in a way of being concerned about the formation of people and formation of good people to bring across the gospel that Jesus Christ calls us to bring to the poor and most abandoned. Is there still a need for the Redemptorist brother, for the brother vocation, particularly in the congregation, our congregation, the Redemptorists, and in the church? I say absolutely yes. The vocation of brother is distinct from that of a priest. The priest is ordained to do sacramental ministry, and it is a particular task, it's a particular calling. And I believe that the mission of Christians, of Catholics, is much wider than sacramental ministry as we know it in the church. Someone doesn't have to be a priest in order to be a missionary, to be on mission. So I see the brother, the calling of the brother, the vocation of the brother, as a real positive way of ministering, of giving one's life to the fullest, to live in community, to work through the difficulties, because living in community is also a big way of ministering, because you live with people whom you do not choose to live with. So it means that you have to really deliberately and intentionally work at establishing relationships and working together in common. Sacrificing that selfish desire to do your own thing and to be your own person and to strive for success. So in that whole process of self-sacrifice so that you can be there fully for others. So I see the vocation of brother doing that, because it is not concerned particularly with saying Mass on Sunday and administering a parish. It goes much wider than that, and it gives the person a real spectrum of different ways of being on mission today. We listen to the clamor of people today, and we see that there is a hunger for the gospel. People want something. People are looking for a certain type of life that is authentic, something that they can look at and say, this is what I want to be. And the vocation of brother gives that opportunity to people to live an authentic life, to live the challenge of being in a multicultural community that is with people of totally different ethnicity, of different cultures, of different thinkings. So I see the brother as being, as providing that opportunity. So I think it is very important for us in the Redemptorists. It helps us to preserve that strong aspect of community life. And in the church itself, it also gives us, I would say, a wider spectrum of being able to go on mission, to minister to people, particularly since people are not interested in coming to churches nowadays. It is our duty to go out and look for the people, and that gives us a freedom. The brothers have a greater freedom to be able to do that, since we are not tied to any particular structure.